Hi there and welcome along to another Lunchtime Row. Now, I keep saying this, but I want to make sure it's clear. You don't have to do it over your lunch. Any point in the day when you've got round about 30 minutes free and you want to do a rowing workout, this is a perfect workout for you, all right? Now, today's one is going to be the third row in my quadrilogy, I don't know, of 25-minute rows that are made up of 4 minutes and 20 strokes a minute and 1 minute worth of drills, okay? So those 4 rows are low intensity, mid intensity, high intensity, and then a mix of all 3. And today's one is going to be the high max intensity. So what that means is that we're going to do 4 minutes at a low intensity just to warm up into this, followed by the 1 minute drills. But then the next 4 of them, you're going to hit those 20 strokes a minute with as much power as you can, okay? Really push that power into the machine to go as max effort as you can. Then 1 minute worth of drills, and then you do it all over again. And after 25 minutes, we're all done. We can go have something to eat or whatever, okay? I'm having spaghetti bolognese tonight, in case you care. Right. So let's get our machine set up before we start today's row. Now, on an Aviron, that means setting your resistance to where you want it to be. Now, I will normally row a warm-up at 7 on the Aviron, whereas today's workout, I'm setting it up to 10, if that gives you a good idea where you might want to set yours. You know you. If you are using the Concept 2 Aviron app, set your drag factor to wherever it would normally be for a row, okay? If you don't know anything about drag factor and where to set it, then set your lever to run about 5, and then read up about drag factor after this workout. Too high is the bigger problem on the Concept 2. Too low isn't an issue. So just set it around about 5 and you should be okay, all right? Next up, go to your foot stretcher height and set it to a point where you're able to come into the front of the stroke with your shins in a vertical position comfortably, okay? If you're set too high, it can get a little bit tricky to get to that vertical position. If you're set too low, it can get really easy to go straight past that vertical position and leak a lot of power. A good ballpark to start here is that the strap covers the bottom lace in your shoe or the balls of your feet, okay? So set it there first, and then you can adjust for comfort as you get into the row and kind of think, oh, I need to be a bit higher or lower for you, because again, you know you, all right? So we're going to start this row, remember, at a low intensity at 20 strokes per minute, and then we're going to get into the drills, and then we're going to go into the max power, okay? So let's get ready to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're off. So nice low intensity because this is our warm up. So we're going to do 20 strokes a minute, and the power, really, I just want you to worry about connecting your legs to your arms. Don't really think about putting in any kind of a pace for this first minute. Just connect your body, make sure it's doing something just to let your body move. And this way, you can just think about your body position. And ideally, you're really just thinking about your forwards tilt to the front of the machine to around about 1 o'clock on a proper clock, not on a digital clock. That wouldn't work, would it? And then swinging back to an 11 o'clock at the back of the stroke. And that's going to open your hips up nicely and hopefully ease your body off. 1 more stroke, and then we're going to just press a little harder with your legs and add in some power. Possibly like 2 or 3 seconds faster. You're looking around about 5 out of 10 perceived intensity, effort, whatever the right phrase is. I'm not having a good day today, am I? If you've already done the low intensity version of this row, that's what you should be aiming for right now from a pace point of view. This is the kind of bread and butter base fitness pace, 20 strokes a minute, that will just help your body just build its fitness and let you work on your stroke and things. It's just such a good pace to learn to row at. And what should be happening is your heart rate should be increasing. Not a massive amount, but it should be going up. You should be finding your breathing rate has increased too. But again, you shouldn't be completely out of breath at this stage. The real basic guide here is that you should be able to talk, okay? Anyone rowing at this low intensity pace should be able to talk or sing, whatever you want to do, but that should give you a good indicator of how intense it should feel. And like I always say, it should be like you were just walking up a whole bunch of stairs where you know you're like, this actually feels like exercise, but it doesn't really feel too tough. You know you could just keep going for half an hour without having to stop. If you're rowing so fast right now that you are panting like a dog and you want to lie down, you're going way too hard. Right, sorry, less of that. So in just over 30 seconds, we'll do our first drill section, which will continue to open our bodies up. And then we're going to go into that max power for 4 minutes. Now, remember, you're keeping the stroke rate the same for those 4 minutes. It's just about leg power. But we've got the drills to get through first. So let's take 2 more strokes. 1 more. Okay, so legs straight and row with your back and arms. So you swing over your back, pull in your arms, and then release your arms, swing forwards over your back again. And this is a vital part of the rowing stroke. That backswing adds in so much power. And so many people miss this backswing. Poor wee backswing. So ignored. 1 more here. Let's roll into the front. Straight arms, forwards tilt. Push out with just your legs. So keep those arms straight. Your back may recoil slightly. Don't worry about that. Just hold the forwards tilt at the front and straight arms. And this is so important for the 4 minutes that's about to come, that as you push in full power, you keep those arms straight and the forwards tilt. 1 more here, and let's get into that power. So, power. Power. You really want to keep those arms straight. Let the power flood into the machine from your legs. And remember, you're only pulling in at the back of the stroke. If you try to fight the weight of the machine by pulling early at the front of the stroke, then you're wasting power. And if you feel you have to pull early at the front of the stroke, then you have your resistance set too high. What you're looking for is to hold that forwards tilt and straight arms, and as you push with the legs, you are kind of hanging off the handle as the power flows through your body. It should be a lot harder for you to speak now, okay? I know I'm finding it harder. So even though we're at a low stroke rate, because you're putting in full power from the legs, you should see how it's taking its toll from a cardio point of view. And if you've never done a workout like this before, then don't worry if you went out too slow or even too fast. Hopefully by now, whatever pace you're rowing at is the pace you should be holding this for, because there still is an element of needing to pace this to be able to get through the 4 minutes and then doing it 4 times. You should be working hard enough though that you're really looking forward to the 1 minute worth of drills that we're about to enter. Whew. I know I am. Okay, 3 more strokes. 2, 1 more. Right, back into back and arms only rowing. And it's good because this minute, while doing this, will let your body recover. Certainly from a heart rate point of view, you should find that you recover nicely. 1 more here. Let's roll into the front. Straight arms, forward tilt. Push out from the front. Don't be surprised if your power on these drills is now a lot less than you may have done before. That's just because you're putting in so much power through the main 4 minutes. 1 more here. Let's get back into it. Full power. Now, I have been giving out the pace differences between my warm-ups and the main sections of the row so far in this series. So I'll continue doing that. But remember, don't worry about my actual pace. You may be faster or slower than me. You're not trying to match my actual numbers, but maybe aim for the difference between warm-up and this section. Because I was rowing the warm-up at 1:59 pace, and I'm now 1:44 to 1:46. So let's call that 1:45 pace. So hopefully you are around the same pace difference as me. Round about 14 seconds. And if you're not, well, don't worry about too much, but do think about your technique and whether that's the reason why. Are you pushing the machine away with your feet as you start the drive? Because that's a really important technique cue is that as you come in and start the leg drive, you're not thinking about pulling on the handle or sending your body to the back of the machine. What you should be thinking about is pushing the machine through the wall in front of you, and that way you'll really focus more on push with the legs instead of a pull with the arms. And make sure to keep those arms nice and straight as you do so, to let that power flow. Okay, 3 more, then it's drills time. 1 more. Right, so back and arms only. Swing, pull, push, swing. So I'm rowing down at 2:15 right now, so 30 seconds slower for these drills, which is slower than normal, but I am using them to recover. Let's go into the front, straight arms, force tilt, legs only. Because these are just about body positions and connection points. You're not really using these drills to develop power. So use them for technique so that you can put the full power into the next set, which is happening. Are you ready? Now, push. Get yourself set up at the front of the stroke. Arms straight, fingers hooked over the handle, chin in a nice neutral position, which, if you're watching your screen in front of you throughout your stroke, is likely to be happening anyway. Roll in until your shins are in a vertical position. Try to get to that vertical position. If you can't get there, you are losing potential leg drive. But if it's a flexibility thing, don't worry too much. Just maybe, if you can work on your flexibility, then do. But also, make sure, like I said in the setup before we started this, that that's not because your feet are too high in the foot stretchers. Maybe I didn't give you enough time to adjust. So, if that is the case, make sure for your next row to have a look at your stretcher height. But then, as you start the drive, get those heels down onto the foot plates, push the machine away with your feet. After all, if you were doing weights in the gym and you were doing a deadlift, you wouldn't deadlift off your toes, would you? And it's the same as you start the stroke here. Your body position is very similar
at the start of the leg drive as it is in a deadlift. So push, and then keep arms straight, keep forwards tilt, and then when your legs are about halfway done, that's when you finally swing your back from that forwards tilt to a backwards tilt, and then pull your arms into a strong finish. Try to finish at sternum height if you can. I understand the different body types sometimes mean you can't, but if you can, do try. Run about bra strap height or heart rate monitor height. Just avoid dumping it low into your lap or finishing high in your throat, if possible, as they both lose power. One more stroke. Back to drills. Back and arms only. I much prefer these active flowing drills to the pick drills where you stop. They do have their place, but not within a row, because they promote pausing during a workout. Let's get into the front. Arms straight, forward tilt, push with the legs. Because you want everything to flow through the stroke. You don't want to get into a bad habit of pausing at any point. Everything must flow, baby. Like Tai Chi or dance. You're dancing with the machine. One more here. Then our last set. Come on. 80 strokes is all it is. You can just close your eyes and count down if you wish. Listen to me warbling on in your ear while you count down. But I do really want you to think about holding the power you've managed so far. Don't ease off. You've got it in you. You just have to hold on for just over 3 minutes. And the real beauty of doing all this at 20 strokes a minute, and why this entire series is written around 20 strokes a minute, is because it gives you time in your stroke to recover properly for the next one. Make sure your body's in the right position and you're not flapping around the machine at too high a stroke rate, doing a bad impression of a beached salmon. I apologise to all salmons out there. It's the first fish that came into my head. Why did the salmon wear a bow tie? Because he wanted to be sophisticated. Sorry. Just popped into my head. To be honest, so far, I'm quite surprised at how focused and on point I've been when making these videos for Aviron. Usually, I've been massively distracted by now. I'll be talking about Deadmau5 and Van Halen, my family, my food plans. Although it is coming up for lunch. Might have some nice smoked salmon today. Can't think why. Oh, right, 1 minute to go. Really think about powering in, and then as you finish with the handle, let it come straight back out from your body. That triggers your forwards tilt back over your hips so that your handle is past your knees and you're already in that forwards tilt before you bend your knees. And that means you're in the perfect position already for the next stroke and you're not wasting power. 2 more strokes. Go hard. 1 more. And our last set of drills. Whew. Use this last set of drills to help your body cool down. But of course, remember, I'll say goodbye for 30 seconds or so you can do some light rowing during that to cool down. Or, hang on, let's roll into the front. Forwards tilt, straight arms, legs only. Or, take a look for the standalone cool down workout that I've got up here, along with the warm-ups. And you can do that along with the stretching to give yourself a proper cool down. I'm going to stretch myself after this workout today. And we're all done. I definitely, out of the low, mid and high, satisfactorily wise, right word, was the hardest yet. It's meant to be. So that really should have put you into a point where you were really kind of like, I don't know if I can hold this pace. And then you hopefully hit that 1 minute worth of drills that let you recover enough, then you can get back into it again. So these 3 workouts so far have been about letting you experience these 3 paces. And then, like I said, the 4th version of the series, we then roll all 3 together if you want to do that one. And that will then help you kind of work up and down and really get an idea of how power comes from your legs. All right, so thank you so much for doing this workout. If you want to use some kind of a hashtag when posting to your socials, then you can just go for high intensity. Okay, I was about to say high society, but that's different. High intensity, okay, just post that and then, well, hey, look, it's done. And that's it. So I will see you in a future workout, whether it's the cool down or one of the other lunchtime rows or one of the other ones I've got up here. I look forward to seeing you in one of them. Until then, take care, be well, bye-bye.